when you see your hair and you think about, you know what, I'm just gonna go cut. I'm just gonna cut my hair down there on my schlong. I think that's the first time and only time I'm ever gonna reference or mention a penis. And this is the first time and only time I'm ever gonna say penis in my YouTube videos. And yeah. So basically, when you have the hair down there, it itches, and it will be really socially awkward and weird for you to just scratch it in public. That's just weird. Like, obviously, thank God it's up again. Anyway, obviously it's natural for you to scratch it, but in public you can't just find yourself, you know, touching your crotch and just. I'd love to do this in the car, but whatever. Okay, so I guess hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video from YouTube. And I have a bag on today because I have to take the camera with me outside. Yeah, let me show you a little bit about it. So this is where I'm doing my video, I guess, and something new, something different every day will be coming your way. I literally just thought of that in my head. It's actually pretty decent. So yeah, today what I'm going to be doing, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about puberty, and this is something that happens to every living human being. Now, today I'm going to do a video specifically for puberty. Boys going through puberty, because I myself am a boy and I have no experience going through puberty as a girl, since clearly I'm not one. So I might be doing one about girls going through puberty with my mother, but that's just actually probably won't, but no promises. So yeah, this video will basically be like the first part to a two-part series, I guess, of going through puberty. This is kind of just like getting started, you know, just to, you know, this is what to kind of expect, but there are more. And yeah, I guess with that out of the way, let's get straight into this video. Holy crap, that is, oh my days. I just want to show this to you. This is some big ass spider. That is some big thing. Okay, I'm kind of scared now. Well, because I'm doing it out of the open, nobody's here. Why am I so lucky today? Like, I was lucky yesterday because I was at the park, and that's reasonable. But today, nobody's here apart from these cars, stupid cars. Anyways, so the first point I want to make about teenage boys going through puberty is the voice cracks. Now, oh my days, these voice cracks are something that occur at any moment. You have no control over them, and they are, I have to say, one of the most annoying things like that you go through when you go through puberty. You must have heard me have a voice crack at least once in a couple of my videos, going like that, yeah. And this is something I have no control over, or no control of. It's like my voice that used to be quite high pitched and not really squeaky but kind of high pitched is now dropped really low. And if you think that this is high compared to before, this is low, and that's saying something. So these voice cracks is something that we literally have no control over, and they just occur naturally. They can occur at any moment. You don't, it's like, it can be like during the worst moments, like while, for example, while you're singing, while you're doing, while you're singing, while you're talking, while you're telling a funny joke, and then it just gets, you know, cracked on with a voice crack. So it kind of just happens any time, really, and it's something that we just have to go through, I guess, to, you know, this is just a path to adulthood and growing up, so I guess we just have to live with it. Enjoy the journey as we get to our destination of adulthood, I guess, you know, where taxes and bills and mortgages and all that stuff are waiting for us. Fun journey. Okay, second point. Alright, now pimples. You might actually see some of these on my face if I zoom in, yeah. Oh my days. These are like little spam calls, you know, like you know when a spammer calls you and then you drop, yeah. You say, you know what, not today, I ain't picking you up today, and then another one calls. But instead, let's apply that, but with pimples. Pimples, when you pop them, it's they attack you tenfold. It's legit like Meliodas on your face. It goes full counter, straight up. Like anytime you pop one, 5 more appear on your face. And this is something that again we have no control over. And okay, you know what? Quick detour from this whole pimples talk. If you're like a little 10-year-old child or 9-year-old child and you think, you know what, puberty kind of sucks, I don't want to go through it, I'm sorry, that's not how it works. So yeah, basically, we have no control over these pimples and literally everything apart from one. And I'll get to that on the 5th point. But right now we're still on number 2, so enjoy the journey, I guess. And yeah, so these pimples, they kind of just appear on your face. And if you think that right now your face is as smooth as butter and you're like, what, 11, 12, yeah, you're lucky for now. I'm sorry, but like, that's just for now. You might be lucky just for now, but look a bit later, and if you don't get pimples at all, then see a doctor. Yeah, see a doctor. So and yeah, I guess that's really it for pimples. Pimples are kind of the most suckiest thing about puberty, and they kind of just alter your appearance. And you know when you, yeah, that's really it. But one more thing, you know that I probably will be here. You've never really seen your face. Yeah, I think to myself every day, I hope I am praying to God. I know that this is not true, but I still do. That those pimples are on the mirror, but no, they are 100% on my face. And yeah, that really sucks. So the best way to like take care of these pimples is to just wash it off with soap and water, or slap some olive on your face, and it should be all good. You should be all fine. Yeah. 3rd point. Okay, time to preach. 3rd point is facial hair. The only decent thing about puberty is literally facial hair. It gives us boys a sense of manlyhood, you know. And this facial hair, it can appear on your face, you know. That's all cool. Gives us mustache and beards. It's all good. Kind of stuff to be all manly. And then a little bit later down the line, we find that it's not just on our face. It spreads down on our armpits, and it's not just on our armpits. It goes a little bit further down. Our hair just spreads, you know. Like having hair, it's all cool when it's on your hair and on your face. But anywhere else, kind of just sucks. Armpits, that does not. No, it's not good at all. Yeah, and then the hair goes lower. It goes lower to a point that it gets to your genitals. It goes lower to a point that it makes your genitals itch. Not because it itches. No, it. Yes. So your hair spreads down to your genitals. And the first thing, again, like popping pimples, the first thing when you see a pimple, you think to just, oh yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna go pop it, you know. But again, it spreads. When you see your hair and you think about, you know what, I'm just gonna go cut. I'm just gonna cut my hair down there on my schlong. I think that's the first time and only time I'm ever gonna reference or mention a penis. And this is the first time and only time I'm ever gonna say penis in my YouTube videos. And yeah, so basically when you have the hair down there, it itches, and it will be really socially awkward and weird for you to just scratch it in public. That's just weird. Like, obviously, anyway, obviously it's natural for you to scratch it, but in public you can't just find yourself, you know, touching your crotch and just rubbing your hands on it because your hair itches. That's kind of weird. And yeah, so it's kind of just weird, to be honest. But yeah, again, we have no control over hair. We could just have to live through it. But it's pretty cool sometimes, only while it's on your face. So enjoy it while it's on your face, while it lasts. And when it goes even more, don't cut it. Just, unless you're like, until you're like fully grown, then you're like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna cut it like this, I'm gonna cut it like that. And same with your shong. Don't cut it, not now. So yeah, that's just a word of advice from someone who's going through puberty right now. And yeah. Fourth and second to last thing, growth spurts. Now, me personally, I am 6 foot, and that is pretty tall for a 13-year-old boy. This is something I have no control over. And I want to tell you two personal things about being tall and how it kind of sucks sometimes. You know, since I'm tall, I get asked the question, oh, how are you so tall? Whenever I'm feeling rude or not, okay, I'm gonna do that. Whenever I pretty much just answer them the best way and the most funniest way I know possible. Tell them I'm on a strict diet of pizza and chicken and Kool-Aid, just to top it all off, you know, strict diet every single day. I'm really not, so if you want to become taller, and I've told you this, don't do that, please. You know, best of both worlds, full Italian, full Nigerian, and yeah, born in Britain, so I guess that too. Yeah, oh my days. So, but no fish and chips added to the diet, no. Anyways, all jokes aside, it's actually due to just genetic genes. It all just depends on how tall your parents are, and that will decide how tall you'll be. But growth spurts is not... It's something that we, yet again, have no control over. It's pretty much the same with everything. I'm on all of my points apart from the fifth and final one. So, yeah. And if you're short right now and you think, oh, I'm never going to become taller, it really sucks being short, don't worry, your time will come, because we all grow at our own different and separate pace. What is it? What's the word? Pace. I said pace. Our own different separate pace. And it's our own different separate pace. And I want to tell you a little personal story of mine about my own, at our own different and separate pace. So, if you're not tall right now, number one, thank God, kind of. I mean, being tall has its own advantages and its own perks and disadvantages, but it's kind of cool sometimes. But yeah, if you think, oh, I'm never going to become tall, I'm short now, that's not the case. Again, we all grow at a different pace, and yeah, you'll become tall one day. And yeah. One more thing, I actually did say I was going to mention a little story of mine. So there was this one time that I was going to get on a bus. I was going to get on a bus to go to school, and I was 10 at the time, so I didn't need a bus pass or a zip card or anything like that. But I was really tall, I was like 5'6", somewhere around there. For a 10-year-old, I think that's a little bit too tall. So yeah. This bus driver genuinely thought I was an 11-year-old because of my height. And I was literally saying, no, I'm 10, I'm not 11, with my own high-pitched squeaky voice. Oh my days, lost. My own high-pitched squeaky voice and all that stuff, but he was like, no, you're 11, you're 11. And in my brain, I was like, you're not my dad, how do you know that I'm 11? I'm telling you that I'm 10. I legit pulled out a picture of my passport and showed it to him to prove my age, but this guy would not budge, so I cried at him on the bus. Yeah, if you don't know me, I'm actually personally someone who's kind of socially awkward, and that was kind of a pretty big embarrassment for me, and great times. Yeah. Fifth and final point. This is the only thing that we have somewhat of a control of, and that is our attitude whilst we're going through puberty. Now, we just tend to have this this attitude, and we just tend to like lash out at our parents for no apparent reason, and we just do it because, you know, we do it. And also, in my next video, a quick disclaimer for my next video, I will definitely mention a bunch about hormones and erections and all that stuff in the next video. And yeah. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for sticking around this long if you're still here. I really appreciate it. Anyways, yeah. So where was that? Oh yeah. So we tend to just lash out at our parents, and we tend to just have this attitude and snap back for no apparent reason. We have these mood swings for no reason, and it kind of just happens. But we have this attitude, yes, but we can still control what we say and how we say it, which is something that I feel like we can all improve ourselves on. And I myself, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna say I also need to improve on that slightly. I am a teenager, I'm a 13-year-old boy, and I'm going through puberty, so it's expected, but I can do something to at least not lash out. When necessary though, I will. When and if necessary, I will. Anyways, I guess that's just the 5 points, and getting started on puberty, basics, and all that stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something. And if you felt like, oh, what I'm going through right now is normal, I'm having this attitude and this mood swings and all this hair everywhere, it's normal for every boy, since this is puberty for boys. Yeah, so it's normal for every boy to go through this, and don't worry, we're all in this together, my brother, like, don't worry about it. Also, I forgot to mention in the last part of this video, in conclusion, puberty is just a stage that we go through to get up to our adulthood and for us to mature. So it's just a journey that we all go through to become better human beings. Now end up with mortgages, bills, and things to pay for. Yeah. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we.
Know that they ride or die.